Hello everyone and welcome to F1 Challenge Career Mode Part 19. Today we are going to San Marino, an excellent circuit which I got my first podium at last season, so I hope that I can replicate that kind of amazing result today. We need a good result after two non-points finished the first two races due to collisions. One was because of AVG, the second one was a bit of a misjudgment, but now hand you over to the commentator.
Just before the free practice session begins, let's take a quick look at the Drivers' Championship. Barrichello, third. Well, that covers the drivers. Let's take a quick look at the constructors next. Ferrari lead the Constructors' Championship and are going for back-to-back victories here in San Marino. McLaren are second. Jordan are third. Located approximately 35 kilometers southeast of Bologna, the historic circuit Enzo Edino Ferrari and medium-speed straights with a challenging mix of slow turns and varying speed chicanes. Despite numerous revisions in order to improve safety, this circuit, renamed in honor of the late Dino Ferrari, remains one of Formula One's classics.
Right, so we jump into practice and it is nice and dry at San Marino. You can see that Michael Schumacher's at 25.5. Now I'm not going to show you my heavy fuel runs because nothing happened because I like this circuit, so I wasn't making mistakes. But on our first flying lap with low fuel, we've actually beaten Michael Schumacher by a thousandth of a second. So that looks promising as we jump into qualifying, where unfortunately it is not dry. It is monsoon wet weather, which is terrible news for me because in the dry I felt I had a good shot at pole, but you can see here that I just go understeer onto the grass and then it gets me on the gravel, and that's that lap ruined. And I did that a lot during the qualifying session and I feel that it may have cost my grid slot. But you can see here this is actually my best lap that I do. Schumacher somehow set at 35.8 and we go across the line set at 37.8, so that's a long way off of Michael Schumacher. Pretty much everyone was a long way off of Michael Schumacher, but we then had a spin later on the session, our last flying lap, which we were looking like we were going to improve, and that's it for our qualifying. I'll now hand you over to the grid.
Hello there. Welcome to San Marino for round 3 of the 2000 FIA Formula One World Championship. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful. Michael Schumacher first. Hakkinen just got the edge over his teammate. He starts from second. Barrichello third. Ralf Schumacher fourth. The McLaren driver put on a fantastic display throughout the qualifying hour. He starts this race from a very promising fifth. Jarno Trulli sixth. Wirtz seventh. Heinz-Harald Frentzen eighth. Irvine ninth. Villeneuve failed to get anywhere near the pace of his championship rival, the McLaren driver. Johnny Herbert 11th. Nick Heidfeld 12th. Jenson Button 13th. Alesi 14th. Giancarlo Fisichella 15th. Jos Verstappen 16th. Ricardo Zonta 17th. Sarlo 18th. Diniz 19th. De La Rosa 20th. Mazzacane 21st. Marc Genet 22nd.
Right, so race day here at San Marino. It is yet again wet, but it isn't raining, so we will definitely go on to slicks as we have the lights here. And we are pulling to the left-hand side to hope nobody hits us. I've got yet another very poor start. I need to work on my starts, but we're down to 9th, going side by side with Eddie Irvine. We should be able to get him into the first turn. And can we get Heinz-Harald Frentzen? We're going down the inside. He's going to try and hold it around the outside, and he's actually managed to do it. And we're now going to try and get him into the next set of corners. I need to get past these slow cars as soon as possible so I can attack the top 3. And we're going down the inside of Heinz-Harald Frentzen, a bit on the grass there. But then Heinz-Harald Frentzen also goes on the grass. So that's pretty easy. Equal cop. And then we go down the inside of Alexander Wirtz, and we're up into 6th place. So we're getting back to where our grid position was. And we're now going to take a look at a replay of the start. And you can see how I got a bad start. And you can see how the Ferraris got away, and my teammate. But then went side by side with Eddie Irvine down into the first corner. It's lucky we didn't lose any more positions actually. But it's due to the BAR that we didn't. But we went down the inside of Hunter Friends, but he held it in front of us. And then I really like the replay cameras on this game because they're like they look on TV, which is a big improvement for what Codemasters does. We went down the inside of Hunter Friends, and then he cut the corner and kind of went a bit wide, and that lost him a lot of speed and lost some positions actually as we went down the inside of Alexander Wirtz. Nice and easy. And we now need to look at taking the Jordan of Jarno Trulli as soon as possible, and then the Williams, I think, of Ralf Schumacher. Or Jensen Button, I'm not quite sure which one it is. Probably Ralf Schumacher, but we may have a look at Jarno Trulli into this left-hander. We go down the inside, and we have got him, and it is Ralf Schumacher in front of us. And then you can see the Ferrari of Rubens Barrichello, then Mika Hakkinen, and then Michael Schumacher. So the move on Jarno Trulli was pretty simple. I need to make these moves quickly because I need to make sure the leaders don't escape. I feel like I've better pace them in this race. But we're behind Ralf Schumacher here, and we're going to slipstream him. Can we get him into that really fast chicane? We have the momentum. We did this last season, and we're going to do it again. It's a really good passing place, I think, but the AI doesn't seem to be particularly keen on it. But we just went down the inside, and you may say I cut the corner, but so did he, so it's fine. And we're now going on to Rubens Barrichello, which we're going to go down the inside. Can we get him? You can see in the top right the pit stop indicator is on. I said to my team that I want a pit stop because it is time for slick tyres. Now you can see that I actually only put 7 laps of fuel in because I anticipated this. There was no rain forecast. It was a wet start though, which is why we're on intermediates. But we need to get past Rubens Barrichello as soon as possible. It seems in these drying conditions we are fast in the AI, so maybe in the dry conditions we'll be really fast. But can we get him into the chicane? No, we're getting close though. We cut it there, but we lost a lot of momentum because of it. But we may have a look at Jarno Trulli into that. Jarno Trulli? Rubens Barrichello. We may look at Rubens Barrichello into where we passed Jarno Trulli, sorry. Bit of a brain fart there. But anyway, we went down the inside of Rubens Barrichello and we're past nice and easy. And we're up into 3rd place. And we're now going to go in, I think, for our pit stop for slick tyres. Their track is drying all the time, so the slick tyres are only going to come to me as Michael Schumacher's gone into the pits. And he's crashed, his rear wing has fallen off, and he's stuck in the pit lane, so Michael Schumacher is now out of the race. So that's a big thing for the championship. So we need to capitalise on Michael Schumacher's retirement. And you can see all the cars coming into the pits. I was very worried at that point that one was going to hit me, but pulling out the pits, 9.5 seconds, good pit stop there. Where are we going to come out? We're going to come out 7th, 8th, 9th. Maybe even 10th here. Heinz Frentzen goes past, but Heinz Frentzen has no rear wing, so he was an easy pass. But now we're going to look at Pedro Diniz on lap 6. We're going to go down the inside. These guys are still intermediates, so it's really easy to make the move on them. I was so much faster. You can see them all queuing up in front. But we need to get past them, of course, because I think we'll actually emerge in 1st place after the pit stops. But going into the last corner, Pedro Diniz goes full throttle into the back of us, and I was so angry. I was so angry because there's no way to restart a race in this, and I was beyond angry at that because I know somebody had warned me before the AI does go full throttle into it, but I'd completely forgotten, and I was just completely angry because of course my season, you can see how much the car's crabbing, it's just awful. But my season has been terrible so far. I haven't scored a single point, and this race I could have won pretty easily, to be honest. I had the pace over Michael Schumacher and Mika Hakkinen, so it should have been mine. But unfortunately, Pedro Diniz had to ruin the day by just going full throttle into the back of me, and that got me monumentally angry, and it's ruined my car. Completely ruined my car. The suspension is broken, especially after my spin later on. But you can see here, he brakes, then he goes full throttle, thinks nothing of it, and goes straight into the pits. Takagi did that to us last year, I think, in practice, but we haven't had it in the race. So we're trying to get back to the pits now. Our car's crabbing horribly. We're a minute behind, so I doubt we'll get anywhere, but I just want to see if McLaren can fix it or can make an improvement on it. We're going to come into our pit stop, just about, making it there. Stopped a bit early. We're going to skip later on to our pit stop where we're going to leave. We're going to see if the car is still crabbing as horribly as it did. We've got the thumbs up from our engineer, and we are go. And yeah, the crabbing is just as bad as before. So the race is pretty much over. We're a lap behind Marc Genet, so that's a really disappointing Grand Prix here. And you can see coming out of the pits, they've spun the car, and we've got the Prost there and the BAR coming straight at us. We're just going to spin around the car. Yep, nice and easy. And that's going to be the end of our race, to be honest, because we're now going to spin and go into the wall. And that is the end of our race here in San Marino, and I'll hand you over to the results.
That was an absolutely breathtaking San Marino Grand Prix. Here are the final results. Hakkinen first. Jenson Button second. Alesi third. Mika Salo fourth. Giancarlo Fisichella fifth. Wirtz sixth.
Pretty weird result then, with Jenson Button getting second place and John Alesi in third and Mika Salo in fourth. So at least we haven't lost too much ground to the Ferraris. In fact, we've lost no ground because both of them retired, but we've lost a lot of ground to our teammate, who wins another one, and he lapped absolutely everybody, as we now look at the drivers' standings.
With the results confirmed, it's high time we updated the Drivers' Championship. Hakkinen regains the lead of the Drivers' Championship.
Yep, so Hakkinen leads the championship by quite a margin. He's 26 points ahead of me after 3 races. This championship is going to be extremely difficult, but I won't give up, and I'm sure that I'll get a better result in Britain. But Jenson Button jumps up to 4th in the standings, as we now take a look at the Constructors.
McLaren regained the lead of the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari are second, whilst third place is held by Williams.
Right, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really sorry I didn't score any points. But keep remember to like the videos and comment on them, because that's what drives me to make more. But I will see you next time, which is at the British Grand Prix. I hope for a better result there. Bye bye.